I'm hosting my celebratory 150 and 151st Football Life Camp this spring break for kids ages 6 through 13. The dates for these camps are March 16th and 18th at 5:30 to 8 p.m. These kids will learn speed, agility, football competition, life skills, and much more. If you'd like to sign your kids up or you'd like to support or volunteer, go to DariusNextLevelTraining.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
With the 9th pick in the draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select running back from Florida, Fred Taylor.
Gerard on the kick. Here's Taylor. Busting through. Fred Taylor making the cut. Taylor is gone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Listen, Fred Taylor is a Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest running backs to ever play in this game. He's the greatest running back to play here in Jacksonville.
Here's the handoff to Taylor, looking for some cutback. He finds some room. Look at Fred go. He's across the 30. Look at him run. Fred's going. He's at the 50, the 40. They won't stop at 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. 80 yards. Fred Taylor.
He had 6 1,200-yard seasons.
All right.
He also averaged 4.6 yards a carry, which is a high-end number.
Don't sleep on that.
Not at all.
Okay.
And the only running backs to have 6 1,200-yard seasons plus and 4.5 yards a carry or more are Adrian Peterson, Barry Sanders,
Jim Brown.
And here's the handoff to Fred, looking for comeback. He's got room right at the middle 10. Frank's there. He's at the 20. Fred's on the run to the 25 and the 30. He's going 40. Fred 50. Fred 40. Fred 30. Fred 25, 20. And pulled down at the 18-yard line by Jason David. He saved the touchdown. What a run by Fred.
You're legitimately argued like the most underrated player of all time. Like, would you put yourself in that category?
That's based on media standard. Talk to Ray Lewis. You talk to Ed Reed. Name anybody that was on defense. These coaches. Talk to Coach Dungy. Talk to Jeff Fisher. Coach Belichick. All these coaches that had the game plan for me, they knew what I presented on the field. They knew I was a problem. I'm sure they wouldn't say I was overrated.
Draw play. Taylor skips 2 tackles. All right, and here we go. Yeah. Bye-bye. Brock Marion chasing. Brock Marion still chasing. Gets help from Smith. Touchdown. No flags. A 90-yard run.
Fred Taylor spent 11 years with the team, and today he signed a one-day contract so he could retire a Jaguar.
I guess the terms of the one-day deal is just having the opportunity to close out and do what I always wanted to do, and that's retire as a Jaguar.
Now, Jaguars Today on 1010XL with Mike Dempsey, Fat Tony, and RJ Saunders.
All right, good morning, everybody. Live from the Players Jaguars Today on this championship opening round Thursday. They are off to the medical tent. At least Colin Morikawa was this morning. Tony tweaked his back. Like, I get Jeff Prosser's point. He's like, a guy takes a practice swing, and if we all did it, we would play through it on a Sunday. Granted, do the guys who play NFL football and pull a hamstring in warm-ups, does that count too? Should they tough it through? I mean, the guy hurt his back. Nobody's happy about it. I'm sure Colin Morikawa is not happy about it. A lot of people were picking him to win this tournament this week.
Yeah, when you break an eye socket with a stretch band, tough it out.
Tough it out! Come on, tough it out. Wow. Max Grazerman is 5 under par.
Nice.
Through 7 holes. So I had him across the board in all my various. No, I did not.
Yeah, you're doing well.
Today is the first day that I thought about, honestly, tee times and all that kind of stuff for the Players Championship. Yeah. But
when we were in the media center and I looked up and Scotty was on the tee, I was like, well, that answers whether he's morning or afternoon today.
Yes, exactly. Same thing. I heard the guys this morning going, hey, Scotty be on the 10th tee here in less than an hour. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
At least I know where he'll be. I'll miss him because we are here opposite the 10th fairway if you come on out, and a lot of people have been coming out early. There are a lot of folks on the grounds because the weather's going to be rolling in. I looked at it, Tony, and I will make the obligatory comment that I'm not a meteorologist, but I know how to read, okay? And weather.com had about a 3-hour window that it was like 75% chance of thunderstorms or higher.
Yeah.
But everything around that looked pretty good.
Yep.
So somewhere between 1 and 2 o'clock, it looked like the rain will start rolling into Ponte Vedra Beach area.
Between that and the fact that, again, Scotty Scheffler's on the course this morning.
Yes.
So if you had a Thursday ticket and the idea was I wanted to see Scotty Scheffler, then you needed to be out here this morning if you wanted to see him on the golf course. But, yeah, the weather's certainly going to play a factor in when people want to get out here, unless you have a tent pass somewhere on the grounds, and there's plenty of those. Right, and then
we'll
you can
sell them here.
Yeah, you can go
10,
inside and party all day while the rain's falling.
What will you charge, Tony? We got one spare chair. I don't know, $50 for use of the chair. But if you get up, we're selling it to somebody else. That's how that thing's going. Scotty, by the way, scrambling par on the opening hole. Hit an iron on 10 and found the rough with an iron. That's not a great sign, but was able to scramble for his par. He's watching his group mate, Justin Thomas, go 3 under through 4 holes in the early going. 2 off the lead. Tony Finau is at 4 under. A lot of American flags at the top of the leaderboard. I think I will root for Akshay Bhatia this week, up-and-comer. He was, I think, at 2 under at one point. He's now back down to even. So I'm one of those guys. I root for the American golfers in these competitions and hope they eventually one day carry that level of performance over to the Ryder Cup. But I'm usually bitterly disappointed on that score. Anyway, welcome into the players, everybody here on Jaguars Today. Who said James Gladstone wouldn't get anything done? Are you kidding me? We got Chris Rodriguez now in the Jaguar backfield. Oh, kidding aside, we always try to look for the positives and how he can fit. And there are some positives with Chris Rodriguez. There are some drawbacks as well. Hasn't played a ton of football in the National Football League, but Liam Cohen is familiar with him from their time together at Kentucky for 1 year, where Rodriguez was a 1,300-yard rusher and a goal line threat as well. Kind of a between the tackles, get what you can and a little bit more. I think there was a quote I saw going around from Liam Cohen from back in the day. It's nice to turn around and know you're going to get 4 yards out of your running back.
Kentucky with him,
Right. So we'll get into that today. It's your Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day. Your reaction to that. Now, just reading the landscape here, Tone, there's still like 6 hours or so until the Jags have a press conference this afternoon. 3:45, a little under 6, 5.5 hours, we'll call it. That would indicate to me that most of the early portion of free agency will be wrapped up by then. So that mean, I would think, right, if you're in the midst of it, you're anticipating you're chasing 5 or 6 more guys today, you don't want to schedule a press conference that you might be in the middle of a call with a general manager, you're in a negotiation or whatever the case may be. So I'm assuming they think that, things will be wrapped up for their business day by that point in time. And we'll hear the thoughts on, look, we understand the salary cap is real to a degree. I know people say it's not real, and there is some funny money to it because you can create it, but ultimately the bill comes due. It looks like the Jags are trying to pay some of that bill in terms of dead money right now, bite the bullet, strengthen their ability to be flexible financially moving forward while still trying to add a few pieces to this football team. So if you'd like to get in today and discuss Chris Rodriguez or any of the other guys that you would like to see the Jaguars pursue that are still available, there's still a bunch out there that could probably help this football team to one degree or another, just not that big name splash variety. 641-1010 gets you in on the Key Buick GMC phone lines or the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can stream us on YouTube, on Facebook, on X, or you can hit us up on the socials at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, and at RHAS No J. RJ Saunders, good morning, sir. How are you?
Fellas, what's going on?
RJ, we decided we're going to have a get-together out here at the Players, right? 1010XL staff are all going to, it's our annual thing. And I said, hey, why don't we make it at like 11:30? So RJ's stuck in the studio. But I actually had no say in that whatsoever. But we will think of you as our fellow cohorts from 1010XL gather at the
I appreciate that.
Later on today. You're welcome, man.
Certainly
You're absolutely welcome. So, all right, I think we're ready to go, Tone. Off and rolling. Let's talk Chris Rodriguez this morning. Has he fit into this backfield? Are the Jaguars done, at least for now, making moves. What does this contract tell you about Chris Rodriguez and his role with this team going forward? We're going to have updates for you multiple times an hour all throughout. We got Jack O'Brien doing the ones during Jaguars Today this morning. So listen in, and we'll keep you posted on all the happenings on the leaderboard. Like I said, a lot of American flags near the top. Scotty Scheffler, 1 under par through 4 holes, the number 1 golfer in the world, looking for his 3rd player championship crown this week. Tony Smith is here. RJ Saunders back at World Headquarters. I'm Mike Dempsey. Stop by and say hello just outside Trucks on 10. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today. From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. I have a very specific set of skills.
Who are you?
My name is 1010XL.
What?
Wait.
Good luck. Here's a 1010XL Players Championship Leaderboard update.
Good afternoon, and/or good morning, and welcome to the Players Championship. I'm high-flying Jack O'Brien with this Players Update, brought to you by the Purple Heart Pools and by Wingstop. There's a dozen PGA Tour events where the winner takes home a bundle of money, and the Players Championship holds the distinction of having the second highest purse on the PGA Tour, $25 million, with $4.5 million to this year's winner. Now, only the Tour Championship has a larger purse, $40 million, with that winner taking home a fat $10 million. On the leaderboard right now, Max Grazerman, 5 under through 8. He's playing the front side. Tony Finau, just a stroke back at 4 under. He's on the backside today starting out. Ricky Castillo, the Gator out of Jacksonville, Florida, and originally out of California, is 2 strokes back at -3. We'll be live here at the Players Championship all throughout the tournament. This particular event is sponsored by this particular report, is brought to you by Michelob Ultra. And we'll be reporting from Trucks on 10 next to the 10th fairway here at the Players Championship about every 20 minutes or so. I'm high-flying Jack O'Brien. Now, back to Jaguars Today.
The Players Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world number 1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Jaguars Today, Thursday, is brought to you by
Cannons of Jacksonville.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
They give their best physically and mentally.
Listen for the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Scholar Athlete of the Week, tuned up by
The Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Wednesday afternoons on The Frangie Show.
On 1010XL.
Discover downtown Jacksonville's newest go-to spot. Pour Tap Room Jacksonville brings you 2 floors of over 80 self-pour craft beers, wines and cocktails, plus live sports, live music, and private event space. And right next door, Pizza Dynamo fires up made-to-order pizzas, slices, and calzones packed with bold flavor. Pair a pint with a fresh pie at Pizza Dynamo and Pour Tap Room, downtown at Laura and Forsyth.
Get your Irish up. The first St. Patrick's Parade was right here in St. Augustine in the year 1601. Join the fun Saturday, March the 14th at 10 a.m. Be sure and wear your green proudly. More at CelticParade.com. Sponsored by Central County TDC.
This is Frank Frangie for the farm in Okefenokee. Can you imagine owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Imagine enjoying fresh produce from the garden, fruit from the orchard, meats from the smokehouse. Every meal is a true farm-to-table experience all year long. Belong to a place where your family can choose nature over screens, spending their days feeding animals, picking berries, and fishing in the farm's pond. Learn more at okiefarm.com. That's OKEfarm.com.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, Checkmate's mascot and brand ambassador.
Why do you even talk in these ads?
People see me on the trucks, Brendan, so they expect to hear from me as well.
But I have over a decade's experience personally installing high-quality polymer floors right here in Jacksonville.
Well, I'm a professional mascot, riding around on the side of your trucks, smiling at passers-by.
Then could you at least tell people about our two-stage polymer application process? Give your garage the finishing touch with a gorgeous floor that's guaranteed to last?
A bit busy posing for selfies, I'm afraid.
Years of experience?
Check. Adorable mascot?
Check. The team you need to make your garage gorgeous? Checkmate! Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate. Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
Royal Pest Services, a local company you can trust. Royal Pest is a certified installer of tap insulation, which stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Reduce that electric bill by adding pest protection. It's that easy. Online at royalpestservices.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's team time, Farah doesn't flinch. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars today on 1010XL.
All right, Tony, we may not know who is on the tee at any given moment or whom or whatever. I don't know, whatever is proper there. But we'll tell by the size of the crowd walking by whether it's an illustrious player or two. It was a big crowd this morning for the Scheffler, Justin Thomas. Fleetwood was in that group too, I think. Tommy Fleetwood. And obviously a lot of star power there. Justin Thomas tied for third at 3 under par right now. And Jack O'Brien will have updates all throughout Jaguars today. Scotty Scheffler with a bogey on 5 or his 5th hole. So what would that be? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And so he's back to even par on the day. Not coming in the tip-top Scotty Scheffler form, but
no, the back nine is generally the scoring 9 out here at Sawgrass too. So
shouldn't surprise you if he's on in the mix though on Saturday.
Yep.
You know, with a chance to move up the leaderboard. All right, so we'll keep you posted on that. Hope to see you out here. I'm sure a lot of you are listening on your way out from what I heard, fighting that traffic. It is the one time of year. I always love living in St. Augustine, but I really love it during Players Championship week, man, because scooting in A1A, everyone's like, oh, you seeing the traffic on A1A? Yep, not in the direction I'm going. But I have seen it, and it is pretty impressive, pretty deep. It's rolling. All right, so the Jags get Chris Rodriguez, Tony, 2-year deal. Yeah. See numbers reporting it could be worth up to $12 million, like $6.2 million guaranteed on this team. I mean, I look at this like people are trying to debate, does this mean Chris Rodriguez is the front end of the rotation? Does this mean Bajal Tootin? Did anybody pay attention to what happened with the Jaguars at all last year?
I know.
I don't think it matters to them. I think they do have some preconceived notions at times. I think because I had some folks with the Jags tell me they thought Bajal Tootin right after the draft would end up opening up as a starting running back on this football team. And I think what happened was Travis Etienne and to some extent Tank Bigsby performed so well that they're like, you know what? We're not going to just go with a preconceived this was what the plan was. We'll let it play out on the field. You've already sunk that cost. They sunk $10 million into De'Ami Brown. He's opened the season as a starter. He drops that touchdown. He is not making much of an impact. He's not even active down the stretch last year. They'll move on from a guy. The $6 million doesn't mean much of anything to me. You know, the average per carry means a little bit more from a guy like Chris Rodriguez, and he's been pretty good, Tone. 4.6 per carry, 4.8, 4.9, and 4.5 last year in his heaviest workload for the 3 years he's played in the National Football League. You could sit here and go, well, this means Tootin's the early down guy. This means they don't have confidence in Tootin. I think it just means Chris Rodriguez, Basil Tootin, or you can list it Basil Tootin, Chris Rodriguez, any way you like. And the rest of the running backs in this mix are going to get a chance to compete, and may the best man or two win and let their roles be defined over the course of the offseason.
Yeah, they'll earn whatever they earn. And, that's what happened with the backfield situation last year here in Jacksonville, and I think that's the way it's going to be this year too. I think the only, if you want to talk about takeaways from them having brought him in and what that means, I think the biggest thing it means to me is all of us who have been mocking running backs to the Jags in the third round, we can cut that out. Right? Like, it's not that I don't think they'll draft a running back this year, but I think all the conversations we've had here over the course of the last 4 or 5 weeks about the draft, and when we ask about running back and they say, it's not a great group, in the draft this year. Well, the Jags just made a signing for a draft year where it's not a great group.
Right.
But it's a guy that has a clear role that they see for him, right, in the offense. I think people that are getting out over their skis with is he the starter now? Look, he got paid more than Basil Tootin's going to get paid, but that's because he's a draft pick and he's a free agent, right? Like, there is a difference between those two things, but that doesn't mean just because he's getting paid a little bit more than Basil Tootin that he's the starter and Tootin's the two. And I think when you look at the specific talents of these two guys, Tootin is the scarier running back of the two of them, given the things that he can do, the deep speed, all that kind of stuff. He's obviously the better receiver based on what we've seen from him, to this point in their careers. So, look, I think they got a guy that can be the hammer when they get down on the goal line in short yardage. And beyond that, I think whatever role he might earn beyond that is open for him to earn. But I don't think anything's going to be handed to him. And as I said when we talked about it at the beginning of the week, I was curious to see how they would fill it out where they had somebody that Tootin had to hold the door closed, right? The way that ETN did last year. Just keep Tootin off. ETN played well enough that Tootin was never all that big, but no bigger a factor than he was. ETN was playing too well. Can Tootin play so well that this never becomes a bigger factor than you think it might be? Well, that's up to Tootin and how well he does or doesn't play once they get out on the field.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying in terms of, I look at the time speed of these guys, and you say you think Basil Tootin's a more explosive guy. Well, Chris Rodriguez is going, which one of us is averaging 4.5 yards a carry, right? And Basil Tootin had a long run of 15 yards last year in the regular season.
Well, I talked about it after the year. The one thing I didn't know with Tootin coming out of his rookie year is where was that deep speed?
Yeah.
I didn't see the explosive plays I thought you might see on occasion from Tootin. That doesn't mean it's not there, but I didn't see it during his rookie year. I didn't see
the deep speed, but I did see the burst in more shorter areas. But Chris Rodriguez had a long run of 48 yards last year.
Yeah.
So if you're just going on the numbers, who's the more explosive guy? Chris Rodriguez was by far the more explosive guy in terms of actual productivity last year. And you could say, well, Tootin was getting goal line carries. That cuts into his yards per carry. So is Rodriguez. In Washington to some degree. Again, bring them in. It shouldn't matter to you as a Jaguar fan as long as one of them is having success at any given moment, or the
I don't
room
care who's leading the backfield.
Right.
As long as the backfield's healthy, I don't care who's leading it.
Now, you can point to Chris Rodriguez and say he's never been a receiver in the National Football League. Never caught many passes. I think he had 3 catches last year in total. So he's not likely to play on third down. Right? So is LaQuint Allen your third down pass protector receiving back, potentially with Basil Tootin maybe mixing in there for a more explosive element? So I get, when people look at it and go, well, think Chris Rodriguez is going to come in here, be the early down thumper, and Tootin will be more of a change of pace, and then you'll have a third down role for LaQuint Allen, and we'll see if DJ Dallas is just relegated to special teams. But, Tony, it wouldn't surprise me at all if this team did not draft a running back, period, in the draft. Now, that being said, if Jadarian Price is sitting there out of Notre Dame in the third round, then maybe you look at it and go, you know what? The talent's too good. He's the top guy on our board. We're going to take him here anyway. But what this does is it fills that spot, and it doesn't make you reach for him earlier than, if you go, oh, man, if we don't get him here at 56, there's not going to be a running back worth drafting until the 6th round in our evaluation.
Yeah.
Well, you're good. You don't have to reach for that guy now. If the value lines up and you think that guy can still be a special player, I wouldn't write it off, but I would not write off when you take Jaquindon Jackson in the mix, the top 5 backs for the Jags, the guys that will be, if they remain healthy on the opening day roster, will come from that group of running backs.
We did our top 5 right this week where we were talking about the 5 positions of need for the Jaguars, and we all had running backs somewhere on that list coming off ETN signing in New Orleans, right? So there was a bit of a hole there. I don't think if we were doing that list again today that running back would be on my 5 list at all.
It wouldn't be on mine either. It was only, I think I had it 4th on my list.
I think I had it 3rd.
Yeah, I think I had safety at 5 and running back at 4. So I'd move safety up a notch. And yeah, and that's kind of how it works, right?
Yeah.
That's where we were taking a snapshot in time. At that moment, you had lost ETN. You had not replaced his spot on the roster. Again, Chris Rodriguez not the same type of running back as Travis Etienne. That doesn't mean he can't be effective. Liam Cohen, all this, we're going to get Rashad White. He played for Liam Cohen. Well, you got a Liam Cohen running back. You just didn't get the one you thought you were going to get, and
Tootin's way more like ETN than Rodriguez. Like it's
absolutely
clear. Like if the hope is that Tootin could come in and fill the role, like all the space that ETN took up in the offense, I would love for it to work out where Tootin takes all of that, like 100% of that, but he's got to earn it. Like, you're not handing anything to anybody. That's the way that they dealt with the running back position. And a bunch of spots last year teaches you they're not handing this to anyone. They have an idea of what they would like it to work out like, but it doesn't mean we're going in and Tootin's the guy.
Yeah, I give Tootin the first carry of the offseason.
Me too.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
But that's me, and maybe they won't. And after that, it's up for grabs, and you're going to let those guys compete. And whoever shows you that they're playing the best and gives you what you're looking for, you're going to go with that guy.
And by the way, if none of it works, I think we've seen enough from Gladstone to have some confidence that if none of it is working, they'll make a move.
Oh, sure.
Right? Like, they'll make a move and get somebody in to do it.
You don't want to think like that. Like, you want to think like, this is the move you've had all offseason to think about. And this is the guy you focused in on. And because you signed him on day 1, you kept your powder dry, you kept your mouth shut, nobody had a clue, and then all of a sudden, like an hour into free agency, officially, you're able to get him inked on the dotted line. So, they clearly targeted him, much like last year they targeted Jordan Lewis and Eric Murray very early on.
They did.
And had a specific, idea in mind. All right, we got a couple on the line, so let's go out to the phone lines for the first time this morning, live at the Players. I believe we have Dennis in Mayport first up on Jaguars today. Good morning, Dennis.
Morning, guys. Been a while.
What's up?
I don't know much about Chris Rodriguez, but beyond the 5-minute YouTube video circulating the internet last night of his highlights, it looked pretty good. But I know that James Gladstone kind of taught us with last year that every pick is a good pick until it's not with him. The only one he really missed on or seemed to was De'Ami Brown, and everybody else came in and contributed right away. So I encourage everybody to kind of buckle up and wait and see, and really look forward to seeing what he can bring to the offense. So have a good time at the tournament today, guys.
Thank you, but I appreciate that, Dennis. I think most people are reacting. There are always going to be a few. Really? This is what we waited for? Really? Yes, this is exactly what you waited for. You re-signed a few of your guys. You didn't have a lot of cap space. You've got a team that said, we want to be a draft-building team, and that last year was more of an aberration in terms of their comfort level of going out there and splashing money around in free agency. So, look, Chris Rodriguez is a nice piece. Is he the answer to everything? No, he's not. But that nobody is saying any one guy has to be that. Can he be a contributor on a winning football team and a good running back room? I think he can. All right, let's go to Steve in Ponte Vedra, who joins us next here on Jaguars Today. Steve, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I just had a quick question for you guys. I know we were pretty poor in defensive end position, getting to the quarterback sacks and so forth. I feel like Trayvon Walker's a bigger playmaker, or can create more havoc than Josh Allen can. How would you guys feel about moving on from Josh Allen and making a splash at defensive end?
All right, I appreciate it. First, I disagree with that. I think Josh Allen right now creates more havoc in the backfield in terms of pressures and ultimately sacks. Trayvon, they're different types of guys. Trayvon's more of a power player. Josh, I don't want to say finesse. That indicates that a guy isn't, strong. Josh is more of an all-around, but he's a little more quick twitch, I think. That doesn't matter. Effectiveness is what matters. Me personally, I'm not anywhere close to that because, putting aside the cap implications, and I don't really know what they would be in terms of trading Josh Hines Allen, because I'm sure there'd be some acceleration of dead money in there, Tony. What are you getting when you're trading? And if you look at him as like, well, he's kind of like an 8-sack guy, and he's making $28 million a year, and maybe that's a little rich. Okay, I don't think that's an unreasonable position to have. But every other GM in the league can look at Josh Hines Allen and go, like when you say moving on, you're not going to cut Josh Hines Allen. That's crazy. Could you have used him in a trade package, perhaps, as a piece because he's younger to try to upgrade at that spot? Maybe, but then you're also taking the best pass rusher that you have out of the mix. I think the Jags have to add to Josh Hines Allen, Tony, and they do have a difficult decision on how much money they want to commit to Trayvon Walker going forward. What do they see him as? Do they think he was a guy who was hurt last year, who's more the 10-sack guy that we've seen before? Or is he a guy who's going to get you 3.5 to 6 sacks a year, play great against the run, but not be worth that $40 million tier? I think this is not going to be necessarily an easy negotiation to get him locked up long term.
Yeah, I think they've already got the deal done with Josh Hines Allen, so I think from that perspective, it's already been answered. So whatever you want to do with it, it's already done. Right, like they've done what they've done with Josh Hines Allen. I don't think they're looking. There's been no indication from the guys that they have here now that they want to move on from Josh.
No,
I think the situation with Trayvon Walker is complicated because I don't look at Trayvon Walker and think that he's ever going to be the 15-sack guy. I just don't. I don't see that in him. I see a guy who's going to be the 8 to 10 sack guy probably pretty regularly, but even that feels like at the kind of top end of what I would expect out of Trayvon Walker throughout his career. I can understand that there is a group of fans in the Jaguars fan base that have always been disappointed with Josh Hines Allen. They're always going to be disappointed with Josh Hines Allen. And I'm not saying there aren't moments that I'm disappointed in Josh Hines Allen, but their look at it is this is a 6-sack guy that they paid $15 million, or they paid the $28 million to. Right? They're paying him like they're paying him like a 15-sack guy, and he's this, and it's like, Trayvon is not your answer. If you're looking to pivot off of Josh Hines Allen to answer that specific question, Josh can. Trayvon has given you no indication to this point in his career that he could.
I don't think it's a bad question, Steve. I appreciate the question, the call, but I don't. You got to add to what you've got here.
Yes.
I don't think it's a matter of simply upgrading from Josh Hines Allen to solve your pass rush problems. Love you too, brother, whoever you are, man. Popping your head in the tent right here. See, that's how accommodating we are to the public at large. All right, let's take a time out here. Get you another players leaderboard update coming up in just minutes here. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, live just off Trucks on 10 out in Ponte Vedra on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for 5-Star Bath Solutions. Look, my wife and I decided we need to upgrade our home a little bit, getting rid of our junky old shower and going with a brand new walk-in shower that's going to be absolutely amazing. We shopped around. 5-Star Bath Solutions was our final decision, locally owned, fast, with great customer service reviews, 4.9 average on Google reviews. Plus, you get a full lifetime warranty on products, labor, and materials. I'm excited about the upgrade to my new home. You can get the 5-Star experience as well. Check them out online at 5starbathsolutions.com.
Jaguars today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Here's a 1010XL Players Championship Leaderboard update.
Hey, good morning on this beautiful opening round Thursday morning, live from the Players, although we're expecting a little rain later. High Flying Jacko with this report, brought to you by Universal Roof and Contracting and by Taco Lou. There's a much smaller field in this year's Players Championship, down from 144 in past years to just 123. Now, most of us know that Brooks Koepka is now eligible to return this year. He rejoined the PGA Tour through the Returning Members Program. 2 final players were added off the alternates list this past Monday to make it an even 4 threesomes for the first 2 rounds. Now, as we check the leaderboard again, as we see at the top, Max Grieserman still in the lead at -5. He's played through 9. Tony Finau also at 5 under. He's played through 7 holes on the backside. Justin Thomas at 3 under, just a couple of shots back. Ricky Ricky Castillo and Maverick McNeely, 3 shots back at -2. There's a number of players clustered at -1, including Scotty Scheffler, and also a number of players also clustered at even par. This report is brought to you by Jack's Outdoor Solutions. Keep your radio tuned to 1010XL. We'll keep you posted on who's doing what here in the first round. Now live back to the Jaguars Today with Mike Dempsey and Tony Smith. I'm Jack O'Brien, back in a few.
I'm from a small town, man. Our town's most famous Lee Harvey Oswald went to our middle school. True story. Basketball player Pistol Pete Maravich lived and died in our town, so 2 good shooters. From downtown, both of them.
From his Netflix special, Regular People, comedian Theo Vaughn's Return of the Rat Tour. 3 shows, Friday and Saturday, March 13th and 14th at Florida Theater. Get tickets now at theovaughn.com.
You're locked into Jaguars Today Thursday with Cannons of Jacksonville. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Ready to put your dream car in drive? Get solid rates for the road ahead when you finance with First Florida Credit Union. Enjoy competitive low rates, up to 90 days of no payments and budget-friendly protection plans. Whether you're buying a vehicle or refinancing, stop by a branch or apply online at firstflorida.org/autoloans. Membership eligibility required. Interest accrues during loan payment deferral period. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit firstflorida.org/autoloans.
When you drive past a Kuhn Flowers location, did you know their inside showroom is filled with gift items? Kuhn Flowers isn't just for sending flowers. Frank Frangie here, and when I need a unique gift, I head for Kuhn Flowers, Beach Boulevard, and in Ponte Vedra since 1947. Kuhn Flowers.
Beard's Diamonds is where Jacksonville shops for engagement rings and fine diamond jewelry. Hey, Hicken here. Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center stands out in a big way. They're local. The Lupos have been around forever. For more than 40 years, money spent at Beards doesn't go to Wall Street, stays right here. Here's the best part. You don't compromise on anything. Beards has the best selection of diamonds in Northeast Florida. Beards doesn't have to jack up prices to meet a corporate bottom line. Beards doesn't have commission salespeople. Beards has all the top names in bridal jewelry like Decorio and Verragio. Beards guarantees to give you a better price, a better value. Listen, a lot of those chain jewelry stores are all owned by the same mega conglomerate. Different names, all the same owner. Not Beards. They're your locally owned alternative, beholden to the people of Jacksonville, not Wall Street. Don't buy a diamond ring or any piece of jewelry without talking to my friends at Beards Diamonds. Beards Diamonds. Shop local, shop Beards at the St. John's Town Center.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal.
Stand back, Jason. I'm gonna
Sneeze? Yeah, I saw that coming.
It's all this spring pollen, Jason. It's outside and it's inside my house, and I just can't stop. I can't stop.
Sneezing? Okay, let me help you with that.
How can you help?
At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we can improve your indoor air quality with air purifiers, UV lights, and filtration systems. Every new system we install includes high-efficiency 4-inch filters that work better and last longer, even if you forget to change them.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Life can get pretty dusty sometimes. If you spend all day, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Hey, RJ, can we make an announcement on where shows are going to be later on today, or do we not? Are we embargoing that information?
No, you absolutely can.
Okay, I didn't know. I don't want to speak out of at a turn here. I did this once, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to. Peter Bragan Jr., the general manager and owner of the Jacksonville Suns back in the day, I guess along with his dad, the Bragan family.
You cost him a few hot dogs.
I cost him some hot dog sales. This is at Wilson Park, the old ballpark.
Yeah.
For you youngsters, you don't know what Wilson Park is. Where would Wilson be now? It would be kind of where the Miller Electric Center is, right?
Yep.
Just right about there. So anyway, we were doing a ball game there. It was me and I think Joe Block was doing. Could have been Alan Garrett though. Might have been Alan Garrett. I think the former voice of the Suns. And so we're in a rain delay. It's an afternoon game. We're in the middle of the afternoon. It's a rain delay. And so we pop in every 15 minutes, giving a little update back to regular programming. We'll let you know when the game concludes or resumes. So we're walking down the press box, and Jason Iliopoulos, who I believe is still the official scorer with the Suns organization, was a good young man at the time, a good older man, I'm sure, at this time. He goes, "Hey, guys, they bagged it, right? Game's called, right?" I'm like, oh, okay. That is information that I will now take to the broadcast and let people know, hey, game is over. There's no, that's what it is. Well, they didn't want that information out yet because then all those people that were in line at the concession stand said, "Oh, I'm not gonna stay here and get a hot dog and a Coke. I'm just gonna turn around and leave." And I don't know how much I cost in concession sales. It was probably more than I earned that season, is my guess. So it was not a good cost benefit analysis to hire me with the Jacksonville Suns back in the day. So anyway, we're told now. And hoping, and I was delaying this announcement because that would give anyone above me in the pecking order, which is basically everyone at 1010, to interject and say, "Shut your mouth, don't say anything.
Time to stop it.
This is not official, right? Okay, you've had your time."
Yeah.
Beginning at noon today, all right, XL Primetime and all our shows to follow will be live at Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra because of the inclement weather that's going to be rolling in. Now, I'll have you know that on another network, I once broadcast from the Liars tent in 5 inches of water at the Kingfish tournament.
Yeah.
It was me by myself in a flood, okay? And I literally had my feet up in the chair next to me, trying to stay out, holding wires up like this, doing a 3-hour show. All right, so I think Prime Time and the crew are soft as tissue paper, but they probably didn't have a say in the whole thing. By the way,
I've protected broadcast equipment with my hands at high school games before.
Right, you did.
This is what I have available. It's like I'll hold my shirt up. I don't care if I get wet. The equipment can't get directly rained on.
I feel like it's actually it survives a little sprinkle better than it takes that direct sunlight. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Like you get direct sunlight on these things, all of a sudden you're just like, click, you're off the air, and you got to wait like 10 minutes to come back.
Yep.
It's got one of those fail safes.
Reheat on it. Yep.
So here's the big thing: you can still come out, enjoy all the golf you like.
Yeah.
And then on your way out, hang out at Mr. Chubby's, be entertained. Have some great wings. I mean, in all seriousness, Mr. Chubby's doesn't pay me a penny. Probably have my favorite wings I've ever tried in Jacksonville, or Mr. Chubby's. All right, that's a free plug for a sponsor of. They are a sponsor. I wouldn't mention them by name if they weren't, but I would not say that if it were not true. So there you have it.
Gotcha. No, they're excellent.
Oh my gosh, they're so good, right? Honestly, who has some great wings is Hooters. I think Hooters.
I don't even know the last time I was.
I think Hooters wings are fantastic, and I'll tell my wife that, and she go, "Oh yeah, sure, you love their wings." So,
that's the same thing, isn't it? Everyone's got their thing. It's like, I love the grouper sandwich. I'm sure you do.
I'm sure you do. Right? I'm sure you do. They serve the grouper sandwich in some orange booty shorts.
Yeah.
No, they well, actually, the servers are wearing those. Yes, but no. Anyway, so getting a lot of good information out of us in this segment of radio right now.
No
so
doubt.
go hang out at Mr. Chubby's today and enjoy the heck out of it. I really think it's going to be like a little 3-hour window. I think what we're going to see tonight on the broadcast is we're going to see a lot of happy folks hanging out here after the rain has rolled through. They get a little lubricated, right?
Yeah.
They hop in a tent or around. There's so many great areas to wait it out here.
It makes sense from a radio perspective. Like they came over here after when we had gotten to our first break here this morning. They were like, "Hey, rain's coming in. They're probably going to be closing on the course a little bit after 12 today. That's the expectation. Wanted to let you know you can't be even in the tent broadcasting when that kind of thing happens. So if you want to come in the media center and broadcast and do all those. And when I heard it, I was like, well, we got to call Richie. Richie gave us the plan, right, that we're going over to another spot. But once you're over there, it's not like you're going back and forth.
No.
Like once you're in a spot and you know you can get through it the rest of the day from a spot.
We're
so
camping
Mr.
out, man.
Chubby's is going to be where the rest of the shows are going to be. That obviously has nothing to do. The golf course is not going to be shut down for 6 hours this after. There may be an hour or two where they can't get out on the course because the weather's too severe. But it's not like there's not going to be any golf this afternoon out here.
Bro, imagine you have a ticket to one of the greatest open-air bars in the world right now. It's just amazing scenery. Like I said yesterday, talking to Joe right at the end of the show, I'm not a guy who wants to watch a lot of practice round golf. I'm just not. I like the competition that means something. But I'll walk around on Tuesday and Wednesday all damn day because to me it's more about the aesthetic. I love walking out on a golf course. I just love it. I love strolling up a fairway, man. I just do. You know, whether, you know.
If you're coming out every year for the benefactors, don't let this stop you.
Still enjoy yourself and, you know, hopefully enjoy a lot of high-quality golf as well. All right, let's take a time out, get back on track here and come back and give a little peek at the leaderboard and dig a little deeper. And what do we expect to hear from James Gladstone this afternoon? Dan and Jeff had a good question. Will there be a new catchphrase, a new buzzword or catchphrase used today? I feel like they're not the type that holds them back. I feel like they emptied their tank on those last year, but maybe we'll come up with something, and we'll be discussing it at length tomorrow. All right, live at the Players, you've gotten the weather warning forecast. Rain sometime in the afternoon hours is going to be rolling in, expected to stall the tournament for a few hours, but play should resume then later on this afternoon. It's ongoing right now, by the way. Gorgeous at the moment.
Beautiful.
Right? So if you're almost here.
Like our view from where we're at, it's like there's weather coming?
Right. It's pristine out there. So, but you know Florida. And like,
Yeah.
I feel like every place says that. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. I mean, literally every place says
Weather
that.
literally stops somewhere.
Yes, right.
Right,
At some point, the weather's going to change.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're out here at the Players, enjoying the scenery, talking a little Jaguar free agency with you on Jaguars Today here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Jaguars and Gators, pro, college, and high school sports. Wow! Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL. Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
Jaguars Today Thursday is hitched to Cannons of Jacksonville for all your towing needs.
Firehouse Subs is adding a new heavy hitter to the roster, the Chicken and Cheddar Rancher. Grilled chicken, melted cheddar, crispy bacon stacked high with fresh toppings, creamy buttermilk ranch. The Chicken and Cheddar Rancher, only at Firehouse Subs.
Enhance your player's experience with fantasy golf. If your golfers score the lowest at TPC Sawgrass, you could win $1,000 of jewelry from Beard's Diamonds. Enter at 1010XL.com.
Nailed down by
Endless Summer Roofing.
The Jacksonville Icemen are in town for 3 games this weekend, starting Friday for Teacher Appreciation, presented by Community First Credit Union. Then Saturday, it's Wizards Night. Wear your house colors and watch the Icemen do battle in special Wizard-themed jerseys. Then Sunday at 3, it's Publix Family Fun Day. Take a shot on goal on the ice after the game. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksonvilleIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Iceman hockey is #Sub-Zero.
Ace Carline here for Atlantic Infiniti, and yes, I'm still loving my new QX60. Right now, you can lease one or lock in just 1.9% financing for 60 months, and every new Infiniti comes with the Atlantic Infiniti Promise. That's over $7,000 in added value. That's one of many reasons why I bought mine there. No pressure, no games, just a great experience. Make your next ride an Infiniti from Atlantic Infiniti. Visit AtlanticInfiniti.com or the showroom near Atlantic and St. John's Bluff.
All right, Jack, so let's talk about it. Spring cleaning feels great until your drains remind you what they've been holding on to all winter. If your sink's burping, your shower's backing up, or your toilet's hesitating like it's reading a blitz, it's time to call in the pros. Call Duck Duck Rooter. During their spring drain cleaning promotion, get your drains cleaned plus a free camera inspection for just $129. Must have outside clean out, honest pricing, proven experience, no fourth quarter surprises. When you're stuck, call the Duck. That's 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Ahead, we build platforms for digital business. We help create your platform for digital business by weaving together advances in cloud infrastructure, intelligent operations, and modern applications. Digital business is comprised of 5 pillars. We call them imperatives because they're a must-have, not a nice-to-have. We enterprise cloud, integrated security, scaled DevOps, intelligent operations, and relentless automation. Need help with digital transformation? Ahead. Learn, grow, achieve.
Find the Celt in you. March 14 and 15 at the St. Augustine Celtic Music and Heritage Festival with Celtic bands, Highland Games, St. Patrick's Parade and more. CelticStAugustine.com. Sponsored by St. John's County TDC.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Everything you need to know about the Jaguars today on 1010XL.
All right, Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith out at the Players. RJ Saunders at World Headquarters. RJ, here's the question. Will you make it out to Mr. Chubby's at any point today? I don't think it's going to be any easier to make it to Mr. Chubby's than it is to make it out to the Players itself, Tony. So
No, I don't think so. Is this going to put a hamper on the whole crew getting together here? Is that going to have to get pushed to tomorrow? What's that going to be?
I don't know, brother. But I will imagine that if, because most of prime time's not going to be, none of the shows are going to be here. I would think, we're not having a lunch get together today. So when they found out RJ couldn't make it, they said, that's it.
Doggone it.
Not
RJ.
worth doing it.
I'm the bad luck
everybody
symbol.
a good time.
Yeah, no, that's how much we hold you in high esteem, RJ, that if you can't be here, it's not a party. So that's kind of where we're at on that. All right. So, Tony, you expect the Jags? I mean, I didn't expect the Jags to sign Chris Rodriguez.
No.
I didn't know. That's the beauty, I think, of what they're doing right now. You don't know what they're up to. They're not broadcasting everything. They're not going to tell you ahead of time that they're trying to acquire Jacoby Myers or that they're going to extend Cole Van Lannon. They just act and make the moves they make. Are they going to always make the right moves? No. I don't think this is a franchise-changing decision, but I think this is how they value this position. Much like off-ball linebacker, we talk about quarterback, left tackle, edge rusher, corner, to some degree wide receiver. Those have become your premium spots that get the big money and the high draft capital consistently in the National Football League. There are always exceptions to those rules, but there are teams that feel like if you block it well enough, there are a lot of running backs that can come in and be effective for you. And clearly the Jags look like they're going more with we'll spend a little draft capital on the position. And again, if Jadarian Price out of Notre Dame, the other Notre Dame running back, was available at pick 81 or 88, I'm not going to put it completely off the board, but I just think that they're looking at this like this is not a spot we're going to spend extensive money. And you can say, well, he's going to get up to $12 million. That's up to $12 million. If he hits all his incentives, probably going to end up being like a 2-year, $10 million deal is what he ends up playing on, 6.2 guaranteed. It's not crazy money. And with the way the cap is going up, somebody did a comparison to all the running backs and recent running backs that have signed and the guaranteed money that they got as a percentage of the cap compared to what Chris Rodriguez got. He got like, his guaranteed money is like 2.1% of the cap, something like that, right? Which is basically, when you have 53 guys on the roster, everybody's going to count about 2% on average, right? But you're going to have a bunch of minimum guys that come in below that. You're going to have several guys that skew it in the other direction, and then you're going to have the Chris Rodriguez's of the world. I just think this is, they value what he does bring. I think what it shows me, they're willing to maybe spend what they think it takes to not hem and haw. Like, Jordan Lewis got more than a typical nickel corner at his age would get. But they saw a great fit with him, and they determined, that's the guy. Here's the price point we're comfortable with. We don't care if, you always want to save money, but in trying to squeeze a guy, okay, you know what? Circle back to us. You might lose that guy. If that guy is that valuable to you and you're comfortable with the price point, and I think they are very comfortable with this, and it's less than half of what Travis Etienne is going to be making going forward, and he's still a pretty young guy, and if he can get it done, Tone, his best year should be ahead of him because he's never been a heavy workload player in the National Football League.
Yeah, I think all of that is true, right? And I do appreciate that you don't watch anything they do and have to question kind of the motivation behind it, right? Like everything that we've seen them do to this point, it's been like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like even, signing a free agent running back yesterday, given the draft class at running back, the way that it's being talked about, it makes sense. Like they were going to add a running back somewhere. Does he fit what they want specifically in a running back they were going to pick up? It seems like he does. Right, like I don't know exactly how any of this is going to work out, but it certainly seems that he fits something that they want out of the running back position. So, okay, like I'm comfortable with them making that kind of decision. I think it's fair with any decision that an NFL team makes to question whether or not it's going to work. But you have to, even when you're questioning those things, know that you're questioning it knowing you have no idea what is actually going to happen with anybody.
Right, and you may guess right, and congratulations to you if you read the tea leaves correctly, but we don't know. Like, I didn't know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend, well, it makes a lot of sense with Chris Rodriguez. I can see the vision.
I know why they did it. Like, I understand their rationale for having done it.
By the way, he's, to me, much more like Sean Tucker than he is Rachaad White. And everyone was talking about Rachaad White. I'm on record. I told you a few weeks ago, if I'm going to have one of those Bucs backs, I want Sean Tucker.
Yeah.
And Sean Tucker, I think, did they end up tendering him? They brought him back for a one-year deal in Tampa, which is interesting because Rachaad White is walking and he's yet to be connected to any team out there, at least that I have seen so far in free agency.
It's kind of funny. It happened for the same kind of reason. We connected Rachaad White because Coach coached him.
Yes.
And then they signed a guy that he
right? We were looking at the wrong guy that had a familiarity with Liam Cohen or vice versa. So a minute ago, a couple of Americans were tied at 5 under par. The lead is still shared by a pair of Americans, but now it is at 4 under par. Jack O'Brien's going to have an update coming up in just a minute. Scotty Scheffler is in the top 10, tied for 8th at 1 under through 7 holes so far today. If you're coming out, be aware there's probably going to be a weather delay at some point in the early afternoon, but play will resume as soon as things clear up. But it's ongoing right now under beautiful sunny conditions here out at the Players Championship. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for big number 1 Duval Ford. Truck time is rolling right here in Duval. All month long in Jacksonville, you can drive home a brand new 2025 F-150 with no money down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% interest for 60 months. That's 5 years, folks. That's right, a new F-150 with 0 down, 0% for 60 months. See all the deals happening now if you go to DuvalFord.com or just swing by their showroom, Duval Ford, 1616 Cassett Avenue. It's truck time at big number 1 Duval Ford.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. 1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
You're fired. You can't fire me. I quit.
The Drill.
You can't quit. I fired you.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Oh, come on, guys. We're all friends here.
Here's a 1010XL Players Championship Leaderboard update.
Live from the Players, high-flying Jack O'Brien here. This report brought to you by Capital Glass and Shower Doors and by Green Acres Sporting Goods. Well, the very first winner of the Players, then known as the Tournament Players Championship, was Jack Nicklaus back in 1974. The first place check was $50,000, and the tournament then played in Atlanta. Nicklaus won again 2 years later in '76 in Lauderhill, Florida. The TPC was then moved to Sawgrass in 1977, and Mark Hayes took home the trophy and $60,000. Now, 49 years later, the Players' winning check will be $4.5 million. Rory McIlroy won last year's event, his second Players' Championship victory. Well, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Max Grieserman and Tony Finau both tied at 4 under par. Maverick McNeely and Justin Thomas, as I take a look here, are 3 under par, just a stroke back. At 2 under par, Ricky Castillo and Justin Thomas. We have a number of players bunched at even par, which includes Daniel Berger, Victor Hovland, Bud Cauley. As Mike Dempsey mentioned, Scott Scheffler is at 1 under par. We'll be live every 20 minutes here at the Players' Championship with these updates. This report has been brought to you by the Julington Creek Pest Control Company. We'll be reporting in 20 minutes. Back to Jaguars Today with Mike Dempsey and Tony Smith.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Jaguars Today Thursday is towed by Cannons of Jacksonville.
Don't miss the music of ELO.
Don't bring me down.
The orchestra with former members of Electric Light Orchestra. Catch all the hits March 18th at Florida Theater. The orchestra. Get tickets now at floridatheater.com.
It's Gator passion on display when Patrick Young brings power forward intensity to the drill.
Patrick Young, a rip and a run.
Fast breaks and clutch shots with Dan and Jeff. Friday mornings at 8:30, tipped off by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and Kuhn Flowers.
Think your season's over? Let's turn your off-season back on. Hoops is heating up on Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal way to bet the NBA. So you can bet on teams, star players, and more. With games practically every day, there's always something to parlay. Roll with Hard Rock Bet all NBA season. New users get paid double winnings on your first 10 bets.
Max bet of $50 per bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Transform your backyard with CSS fireplaces and outdoor living, fire pits, pergolas, screen enclosures, and outdoor kitchens. CSS handles the entire project from start to finish. You dream it, they can build it. Visit CSSOutdoor.com.
Looking for adventure? Need a machine that works as hard as you do? CF Moto has you covered. At Ride Now Beach Boulevard, we've got CF Moto ATVs and UTVs built for any task, any trail, anytime. Tear up the dirt with the trail-tested C-Force ATV lineup or conquer through terrain with a Z-Force UTV. Find your CF Moto ride today at Ride Now Beach Boulevard or visit ridenowbeachboulevard.com. ATVs and UTVs are for riders 16 and older. They can be hazardous to operate. CF Moto recommends an improved safety training course.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
The price of gold is soaring, and the price of silver is near record highs. If you've got gold or silver just laying around, Estates Roadshow wants it. Broken chains, old rings, coins, watches, diamonds, vintage jewelry. If it's valuable, they're buying it. No appointment needed. Just walk in, get a free appraisal, and walk out with cash. They're also buying pre-1964 silver coins, flatware, sterling silverware stamped 925. They're buying coin collections, gold, silver, foreign, and domestic. Plus, they've been in business over 35 years with thousands of prior happy customers. Licensed, bonded, state-certified scales, highest tech equipment, employees with GIA certifications. Begin gathering your valuables because the Estates Roadshow is coming back to the First Coast, March 16th through March 20th. St. Augustine at World Golf Renaissance and Palm Coast at the Holiday Inn Express. For more information, call Marshall at 609-781-6559 or go to estatesroadshow.com and follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook to see all upcoming events.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars today on 1010XL.
You never know, Tone. Is it an advantage to go out sometimes in the afternoon or in the morning with the weather? I would think today you want to get out, right? But if you're able to get your full round in today, after the weather, it's going to soften up the course. These guys throw darts under those kind of conditions. So
how much will the wind blow all afternoon?
Good call. We don't know. But come on out and find out. Yep. I know a lot of you are trying to. A lot of you are like, I'm on A1. Hey, man, what do you want me to do? This car won't move.
Get here when you get here.
Keep listening to 1010XL in your car right there, and we'll keep you posted on everything happening out here. Some notable names. Tony Finau shot off the lead. Max Grieserman. Is it Grieserman, Jacko?
I believe so.
Man, he believes so. Anytime anyone tells me they believe so, that tells me they don't know so.
I look for a pronunciation guide. But
no pronunciation guide available. All right. We'll go with Grieserman. I'll be honest with you. I don't watch enough PGA Tour week to week right now to know how to say his last name.
Only to find out the Z is silent.
There's no Z, so right. I'm gonna say that you definitely aren't watching enough. Right, it could be Gray Man. Yeah. Anyway, Tony Finau shot off the lead. Tommy Fleetwood shot off the lead at 3 under. Lucas Oberg is 2 back along with Justin Thomas. I see, Akshay Bhatia is 1 under, Koepka's 1 under, Scheffler is 1 under through 8. So he just played 17, teeing off on the backside this morning. So that's pretty much it. And most of the guys high on the leaderboard, started on the back for whatever reason. There's a smattering going around, but whatever the case may be. You've played this course a few times, Tony. What's the toughest hole to play on this course? For an amateur, for a regular average person.
Man, that is tough. 18.
I think 18's tough, but
for me, it's 18, as you know.
Yeah, I know. You watched 4 or 5 of them there in a row. I think it's 9. I think it's 9 because there's trouble everywhere.
Yeah,
and you better be in the right spot to hit your approach shot because most amateurs not getting close to getting home on 9 in 2 shots, and those bunkers are death all around that green. The trees hang out. You know, you can push a little right on your second shot. You got that tree on the way in. You got the creek crossing the fairway. I just think 9 is a beast for the guys out here. There'll be some Eagles on 9 this week. I mean, these guys don't play the same game we play. It's different. So anyway, enjoy it, whatever the case may be. You thought I'd go with 8, didn't you? But that's only the toughest part 3, Tony. Trust me. There are fewer hole-in-ones on that than any part 3 out here, from what I'm told. All right, so let's go around the National Football League. While the Jags have signed Chris Rodriguez, let's find out what other teams have been up to.
Now, Gems Around the NFL, brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Indianapolis got a 2-year, $88 million deal done with Daniel Jones. The deal could be worth up to $100 million with incentives. Dallas is trading defensive lineman Solomon Thomas and a 7th-round pick to Tennessee for a 7th-round pick. I think it's 8 spots between the two in the swap of the picks there in the 7th round.
That might be the lowest compensation I've heard.
And Thomas going one way. Arizona is signing safety Andrew Wingard to a 1-year, $3 million deal that could be worth up to 4.
Desert Dewey.
Yep. Washington signed Kayvon Chason to a 1-year, $12 million deal, which you mentioned at the end of the show yesterday.
All those beach workouts really paying off.
Yep. The Commanders also signed former Titans tight end Chig Okonkwo to a 3-year, $30 million deal. Former Colts safety Nick Cross to a 2-year, $14 million deal. Buffalo is signing Bradley Chubb, 3 years, $43.5 million, $29 guaranteed. Green Bay is signing defensive tackle Javon Hargrave. New England signed safety Kevin Byard to a 1-year, $9 million deal, reuniting Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel with Byard, who he coached when he was still with the Titans as the coach there. The Las Vegas Raiders re-signed defensive end Malcolm Kuntz yesterday to a 1-year, $11 million deal. Atlanta is signing edge Azeez Ojulari to a 1-year deal. The New York Jets are signing guard Dylan Parham to a 2-year, $20 million deal. And Philadelphia is signing now former Jaguars tight end Johnny Munt.
How about that? Johnny Munt, we wish you well. You know, you came in, it, low cost. You tried to block some guys. On you go. Storied Jaguar career for sure. People were very skeptical of the Bradley Chubb contract yesterday. Tone, I'll say this. Like, we're going to learn more about Chris Rodriguez than we ever knew. Right, going back to his Kentucky days, and if you're an SEC football fan, you probably remember him to some degree, and he was a good player there. Just kind of a rotational piece with Washington for a while. If you base it on this metric, the metric of fan reaction, Jags got themselves a dog, man. I'm telling you, if you go in and you just click on any of the national guys reporting this, Jordan Schultz, Schefter, Rappaport, and just click on those threads on Twitter or anywhere that people leave comments, and it was like, damn, man, C-Rod. Like, pour one out for C-Rod. Man, Jack's getting a good one. Guys, this guy's the truth. This guy's for real. This guy plays hard. He loves football. Like, this is a guy who had 500 rushing yards in his best season, Tony.
Yeah.
And you would have thought that some people's puppy was taken out, upstate to the farm. I'm sure there are a few people that are Dewey was Duval till he died kind of situation. A lot of people looked at him and went, yeah, but he's easily upgradable on the field as a player. And you would assume there'd be a lot of, Chris Rodriguez, whatever, man, he's gone. Not a big deal, not a big focus. I mean, I would say it was like 97%. Wow. Wish this guy had gotten more opportunities here. Wow, why didn't we ever commit to him as a starter? Wow, every time I saw him play, I thought he was the best running back we had last year. Things like that.
Yeah.
And look, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. That's why I said if you believe in that kind of thing, you're going to like this. But it was widespread, that kind of reaction to Chris Rodriguez leaving yesterday.
It's very reminiscent to last year, and this player got featured a whole lot more where he was getting signed from than the running back did. But Jordan Lewis, everyone in Dallas was bummed.
Oh.
Right, that they didn't get him back. Like, there was a lot of...
The DAWG was used a lot on Jordan Lewis.
Like, that kind of thing. Like, Dallas was very disappointed they couldn't figure out how to keep him. Washington fans seemed to be disappointed they weren't able to keep their guy.
Yes.
Right, which gives you some idea of what kind of a guy he is. And there is some of that, I guess, with Wingard, but I think even Jacksonville fans, it's more like Jacksonville fans react to Wingard signing in Arizona and we go, good luck, Wing. We love this guy.
Yeah, we love Dewey, right? But I don't think it's like, wow, man, Dewey should have had a bigger role. We love Dewey because of the intangibles of Dewey, right? The personality, it was always the Jags, right? I'm not going to slag Dewey on his way out the door, man. Was he a perfect player? No. He gave his heart and damn soul for this organization and this fan base. And what more can you really ask for than giving everything that you got? What he had was what he had. Any shortcomings Andrew Wingard had weren't for lack of effort or any of that kind of stuff. And it seems like Chris Rodriguez, just based on a very cursory reading of people's reactions to it, is that kind of guy. But they also felt like, damn, man, we should have given him more opportunities. He was really good. He was a 4.5 yards a carry guy. His worst in his 3 years, he averaged 4.5. Now, he didn't get the opportunities. So will that number stay there if he gets 200 carries? Maybe not. But I'll take 4.2, 4.3 from my early down banger if that's what he turns out to be. And I would imagine today, if James Gladstone gets asked about it, he is not going to say he committed any kind of vision to Chris Rodriguez other than, we want you to be a part of this backfield. Here are the guys we have. We're trying to win football games. There might be games we feature you. There might be games you don't do a whole lot. Here's what we're willing to pay you. Here's how we think you complement the other backs we have in terms of playing time and a guarantee of who's getting starting reps and stuff like that. get your ass in here and compete. Yep. And I think that's the kind of guys that's the ecosystem they're trying to build, and that's the kind of guy that they're trying to attract here in Jacksonville. And you would assume Liam Cohen has a decent grasp on whether he is that type of guy, having coached him for a year, his most successful collegiate season. We'll take a time out here. More on the Jags. James Gladstone will speak later on this afternoon. I'm sure you'll hear some of that audio right here on 1010XL. We'll have it all for you tomorrow morning as well, as we're back out at the Players. Players still ongoing right now. The early tee times nearing the turn at the moment. Some of them have just made the turn, as a matter of fact. Jack O'Brien keeping you posted all throughout Jaguars today with current leaderboard updates. Mike Dempsey and Tony Smith live at the Players on Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. Your golfing buddy.
I can't believe you're a professional golfer. I think you should be working at the snack bar.
Your drinking buddy.
Drinks are on me.
That's a good buddy.
Well, everyone knows that.
Joe C. From noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL. Here's a 1010XL Players Championship Leaderboard update.
Live from the Trucks at 10 and Players in the first round, this is Jack O'Brien with this Players Update, brought to you by Roundtree Sod and by Wingstop. Well, there have been 40 hole-in-ones or holes-in-one. What's the right way to say that? Holes-in-one. Holes-in-one. But 40 aces since the beginning of this tournament in 1974. Now, the only player who's done it twice is Fred Couples. The Island Green at 17 has given up 14, topping hole number 13 by just one. The least aced hole is number 3, with only 5. Number 8's given up 8 hole-in-ones. Oops, add in Mike Dempsey's in 2008, and that makes 9. So that's the story on the hole-in-ones here at the Players. Let's go to the leaderboard now. Maverick McNeely's just jumped out in front. He's -4 with a 1-stroke lead over Max Grieserman and Ricky Castillo. Also, Tony Finau and Tommy Fleetwood are just a shot back at -3. Several players are at 2 under par. Danny Walker, Ludwig Oberg, Justin Thomas, and Victor Hovland. A number of players are bunched up at -1, and that includes Scotty Scheffler, Brooks Koepka, Patrick Cantlay, and Russell Henley. We're live at the Players Championship on this Thursday first round. I'm Jack O'Brien. This report has been brought to you by, let me see here, hold on a second. Bear with me for just a second. This report has been brought to you by G&H Tires and Service. We thank them for their sponsorship. Keep it here on 1010XL for continuous updates on the Players. High-flying Jacko. Now back to Jaguars Today.
Tara Lagaman for Local Fair Jacks. It's our go-to for local produce, eggs, and meat. You pick exactly what you want each week online, straight from local farmers. And knowing where your food comes from matters. Visit localfairjacks.com.
Jaguars Today, Thursday.
Brought to you by Cannons of Jacksonville.
If your lawn took a beating this winter, listen up. Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. They've just started the first of 3 rounds of premium granular fertilizer. No cheap liquid fertilizer here. Custom blended for Northeast Florida lawns. Their certified technicians apply slow-release nutrients. Rebuild your lawn thick, strong, and green over time. Plus, they protect your home from pests and termites. Call Julington Creek Pest Control today. Our family serving yours since 1984.
Put the ball in the net with 60 minutes of soccer talk. The Coaches Show presented by Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburg, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Baylor. Tuesday evenings at 6 on 1010 a.m.
Pages in your mailbox right now.
Did you know there's local savings sitting in your mailbox right now? Money Pages is packed with real coupons from your favorite local businesses. Save money at restaurants like Al's Pizza, on pet care at Forever Vets, and on entertainment for the whole family at the Alhambra Theater. Plus, make sure to download the Money Pages app for savings on the go.
Money Pages in your mailbox right now.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight?
We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mokama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and Lagers, matching memories and some Mokama magic is what it's all about. Mokama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mokama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Are high-interest credit cards and other loans sucking the life out of your finances? It's time to say no more. Let Loan Pronto tap the equity on your home and get the cash you need now so you can pay it all off. Hey, it's Prosser here. Corey and Jack called Loan Pronto in a matter of days. They had $160,000. They kept their 3% mortgage intact, didn't even need an appraisal, and with all that cash, they wiped out all their credit cards and 2 car loans, saving $2,000 a month. You can do it too. LoanPronto.com, the rapid equity loan program, can get you $100,000, $200,000, even $500,000 in cash. Chloe and Ethan just did it. Consolidated all their high-interest debt into one super low monthly payment, giving them an extra $1,000 a month. Imagine, pay off all the credit cards, slash your monthly payments, breathe easier. Get your life back. Interest rates are at 3-year lows. Call Loan Pronto today, 904-999-1500. That's 904-999-1500. Or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars today on 1010XL.
And what is not a great surprise, Tony, to see an item at PFT that the Raiders are letting folks know that they're now not going to trade Max Crosby. You think they'd trade Max Crosby if they could get 2 first-rounders? Of course they would.
Probably.
I don't think they've changed their mind about being willing to trade Max Crosby. I think the Max Crosby market probably shrunk dramatically for a variety of reasons after the Ravens backed out of the deal. I get it. It was a tough spot for the Raiders to be put in. It's happened before. There's no proving that they did it because they got cold feet and they looked at. Now they're trying to spin that they were going to trade 2 1s for Max Crosby and sign Trey Hendrickson.
Okay.
Both. When, I mean, can I say with 100% certainty that wasn't the case? I guess not.
No.
I'm not them, but there was no indication of any of that happening prior to them pulling out of the deal. And the way the Raiders, initially worded it made it pretty clear that they felt like they were done wrong in this whole situation. So do I believe, like, the Jags don't have a first-round pick, but if the Jags had their first-round pick, and what would it have been, 24? 24, right? Yeah, 24, right? So if they had 24 and they are offering 24 in their first next year, I think they'd take that for Max Crosby.
Probably.
Right? It's not 14 like they were going to get from the Ravens.
Yeah.
But I think they would take that.
I think them now saying they're probably not going to trade him is an indication that no one else was willing to pay that price.
The market has dried up, and so now you're like, let's circle the wagons with Max rather than continually shopping him. We need him in a good headspace coming in here and ready to compete. And
it didn't end well last year.
It didn't, right? But and Max Crosby just last week was saying that everything happens for a reason, right? And when he thought he was going to Baltimore, I'm sure he thinks that there's a reason that not all that was BS and just fell through as well.
Look, I don't know how long NFL teams hold grudges in these kind of situations.
You're lucky I'm not a GM.
Right. Like, I can understand the Raiders, being a little sore about the situation right now. Is Tampa still holding a grudge against Jacksonville?
I don't know if Tampa, the organization, ever was as much as the fan base and the media were.
Like that kind of thing.
Seemed like a media-driven.
Yeah, I do not know, what the answers to those kind of questions are. I think from a player perspective, right, like just looking at it as Max Crosby, the player, right, if I was the one making a decision with Max Crosby and I am the one that is trying to trade him at one point, it falls through, and what do I do after that because no one else is going to make me the offer I was willing to take? I look at it and go, well, yeah, I was willing to move off Max Crosby when it was 2 firsts, right, coming back the other way. That's my price to come get Max Crosby. If you don't want to pay that, we like him. Right, like that is the way that you should deal with it. They've kind of half spoken that throughout the whole thing, is that we really like Max Crosby, but now they've been given even more of a push in that direction by how the whole situation has played out. Like, I do think the way it's going to work out, they still got plenty of money. It's not like they can't find the money to pay Max Crosby. They just saw a situation where they might be able to get some draft capital, big draft capital coming back the other way.
Right, on a team that's not ready to go to the playoffs or the Super Bowl
Absolutely.
right now. Or at least doesn't appear to be.
There were a lot of reasons that it made sense for that trade to get done to Baltimore, but if no one else is making that kind of offer, like if I was from their side, say the offer that I've talked about this week and it was the first-round pick next year and Trayvon Walker, like I'm not sure from a Raiders perspective that I'd be one to do that.
It depends on how I feel about Trayvon being extension worthy.
Right.
If I felt like he was, and I'm now getting 5 years younger at the position and
potentially,
and a first round pick
that's not
next
like
year.
I think 2 first-round picks was an easy yes for the Raiders at that point in time. I think even at the level that I was willing to go, that's not an easy yes. Like that's still one that you're like, all right, let's think about it.
Here's the funny. What is Trayvon Walker worth right now?
I don't know.
Value wise. Put it this way. If Trayvon Walker were in the draft this year, okay, you get Trayvon Walker. He's played 3 years in the league, but due to a magic spell, he gets the one exemption. He gets to put his name in the draft, and anyone can take him. Where do you think he goes?
Somewhere in the top 8.
Top 8?
Yeah.
So how's he not worth a high first-round pick?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know about top 8 to me. I don't know about that because some people would look at his age, they want a guy that they think is going to project to be a 15-sack guy, whatever. But I definitely think he'd be a first-rounder.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even now, but the difference is, if you were drafting him there, you're getting a rookie contract, and you're going to keep him on that for 4 to 5 years. You're not trading for
all
Trayvon
the complications
Walker.
we know are there are coming with him when he goes.
Right. You're not trading for Trayvon having 1 year left, the 5th-year option, which is a significant piece, and then your starting price is somewhere in the mid to high 20s on a future extension.
Mm-hmm.
So I get what that would depress the number, but just in terms of being in the draft, he'd easily be a first-round pick, in my opinion. I think he's a really good NFL player, and he's proven he can be a good NFL player. And maybe even there's more that you can unlock from him as a pass rusher, particularly if he's able to stay healthy. Again, he was playing one-handed for a portion of the year last year, and that's tough to do. I guess, just looking at this whole thing, people are like, oh, they look at a player and they're like, well, I want a couple of firsts. Well, we don't have a couple of firsts. Well, give us this guy and a second. Well, wait a minute. What is this guy worth? Just because you can't pick anything with him. Like, would Brian Thomas be a first-round pick in the NFL draft this year? I don't know the answer to that, honestly.
I think he would be, but
maybe
I do not know the answer.
I don't know for sure.
I know he was the year that he came out, but I do think last year would complicate it.
It would complicate it, plus it's a deep receiver class.
Yeah.
Things like, but, you always look at people like, well, we need the picks. Well, you're getting players that you would have to spend that equivalent pick on to acquire, and I think people tend to downplay the value in the players that get acquired in some of these deals. Pro Football Talk is proposing, and the fact that they're proposing it will probably make it a non-star. I doubt, I doubt the NFL is going to adopt the Pro Football Talk proposal, but they're proposing, and this is kind of weird, that players who could be traded or going to be free agents go to Indianapolis and take a physical at the combine every year. That way, everyone's got the same medical information. Whatever it was on Max Crosby, here's what it was. You don't think they're going to want to do their own physical even if they had that?
Right.
If you're trading 2 first-rounders, I mean, to me, that is such a non-starter. First of all the guys who might get traded, who are they? Everyone in the league, with the exception of 50 guys? I mean, anyone could be traded. So everyone goes to the combine every offseason? I mean, come on, man.
Did NFL teams, when Miles Jack was going into the draft, not take a look at him when they had him in the building in the draft process? Despite, whoever cleared him at the combine, cleared him at the combine.
And then when they brought him in, we're going to do our own evaluation of that guy.
Like if you're potentially trading for a guy and you want to do the medical eval, then do your medical eval. That's fair. Why does it need to be in that kind of spectacle? Like that's.
And the thing, if you're a player, you don't know. Like obviously, you don't know who the team doctor is necessarily in the Ravens who's going to give you the physical. But every team now is going to go off this medical advice. What if I get a doctor who misdiagnoses me? These things they're high level. It happens all the time, right? Guys get misdiagnosed things or get second opinions. And, his career will be over in
lung puncture
2 or 3 years. Right. Right, by a team doctor.
Right.
So, I just think that's a non-starter, though. You're not going to get every pending free agent to take a trip to Indianapolis to go to the combine. You want to sign me? Sign me.
Yeah, and it's even like Max Crosby from that perspective. It's like Baltimore can do it. All 32 teams aren't getting to do it. Right, the team I'm playing for can do a medical eval on me, and if the team that wants to potentially trade for me, we'll talk and figure something out. But I'm not doing it
I'm not giving you a look inside my private everything if there's no reason to.
No.
I mean, I just think this is, we don't live in this world where you can just snap your fingers and compel all these people to do that. First of all, if you're a free agent, you're not under contract to anybody.
No.
I'm going to show up in Indianapolis if you don't think it benefits you directly. There may be guys that they would and say, look, I want this out there. But you know what? They could probably do it now if they wanted to. Hey, or I'll be available. Anybody wants to test me out, I'll show up at the combine. Whatever the case, I don't recall too many vets taking advantage of a situation like that. I get it. You're trying to come up with a solution to the problem, but they made it sound like we've got it. We've got the silver bullet here. I just don't think it's reasonable. Again, guys get traded out of the blue that you didn't expect to get traded. Are you expecting every player to show up at the combine outside of a handful of franchise quarterbacks and other guys on untradeable contracts? I mean, come on. It's just not realistic to happen. Now, does there need to be a better system than one that where you think you've agreed, now you've allocated a bunch of money? Well, you're the one who keeps telling us, and when I say you, I'm talking about the NFL, keeps telling us nothing's official until 4 o'clock on Wednesday.
Yeah,
so,
you all agreed to a tampering window so that you could talk to these players a little bit earlier. No one would get mad at you for doing it. Well,
and then the word gets out because the agents want the word out, and then other teams can react to that and go, well, wait a minute, this wasn't as expensive as I thought.
Right.
I mean, it happened here. Tyson Alualu signed was going to come back for a second go-round and then ended up changing his mind and going to Pittsburgh. And there we go. That right there. That was Ken Brady, everybody, walking right in front of the camera in case anyone's streaming right now and wondering who these random people are that keep popping into the tent. That one was our sales manager out here. All right, we're out at the players. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith. Take a time out here. Come back. Let's get to reaction to the question of the day. How do people feel about Chris Rodriguez being signed by the Jacksonville Jaguars yesterday? RJ back at World Headquarters. Jack O'Brien coming up with another update for you on the Players Leaderboard. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today
from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. In life, only the best things stand the test of time. Like radio play-by-play.
I think it's bigger than it seems. And if you're one of these players or one of these coaches, it's the biggest thing in your life.
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL. Here's a 1010XL Players Championship Leaderboard update.
Live from the first round of the Players Championship, high-flying Jack O'Brien here with this Players Update, brought to you by Hollis Pools and by Lucas Tree Service. A few quick player opening round notes. Max Homa started out hot, eagling his first hole, number 10, birdied number 11, then he went cold, comes back to the field, he's now +2. Scotty Scheffler still within a couple of shots. He's 1 under, 2 2 shots behind. Colin Morikawa withdrew after playing just 1 hole, citing a back injury. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Maverick McNeely and Tommy Fleetwood, both at 4 under par. Fleetwood eagled number 16, birdied 17 and 18. He goes to 4 under. Meanwhile, McNeely shoots a 32, 4 under. On the backside, they're tied at 4 under par. Ricky Castillo and Victor Hovland just a shot back at -3. Max Crosby falling back just a little bit. He's 2 under par, along with Danny Walker, Tony Finau, and Ludwig Oberg. We are live at the Players' Championship right in front of Trucks on 10. This report is sponsored by Corona. We'll be reporting every 20 minutes or so throughout the Players. I'm high-flying Jack O'Brien now. Back to Jaguars Today.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
You're locked in to Jaguars Today Thursday with
Cannons of Jacksonville.
Hey, Jacksonville, David Garrard here. If you want a street-legal golf cart that's built with quality and style, check out Dynamic Drives and Designs in Jacks Beach. They have new, used, and fully customized carts from the top brands like Atlas, Dodge, and Pilot Car. Every cart gets a complete expert inspection, so you know it's ready to hit the road. Their team can help you design the perfect custom cart that fits your style and needs. For your custom golf cart, visit dynamicdrivesdesign.com today and see your perfect ride.
Lauren Brooks here, and if you're getting a tax refund this year, here's a great way to use it. Invest in new tires from Big Chief Tire. I've trusted the Parman family for years because they always take care of my car like it's their own. New tires make your ride safer and more reliable, and that's worth every penny. Schedule the best service in town at WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 and put your refund to work.
You want a new fence, but you don't want the hassle. That's why there's Superior Fence and Rail. They're the best in town, offering lightning-fast one-day installations, plus a lifetime labor warranty for total peace of mind. And here's the best part. Book by March 17th, and they'll take down and haul away your old fence for free, up to a $500 value. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more.
Coach Campo here, and I just want to tell you about the best pizza I've had right here in Duval, and that's Tony D's Pizza. Tony works hard to make every slice perfect. If you love pizza like I do, you need to go to Tony D's, Bay Meadows and 295.
I'm Frank Frangie. Life-changing is an understatement for the 180 I've seen with my daughter, Amber. She's now lost over 100 pounds with Awaken 180 in just 9 months. A true 180. Not just on the scale either, in her energy, her confidence, the way she lives. And what I love about Awaken 180 is we knew it would work. It wasn't a hope. It wasn't a guess that maybe it'll work. Amber started the programming knowing this was going to be her solution. Now, you've heard stories from our hosts and clients and probably people you know personally who've reclaimed their life thanks to Awaken 180. It works for the person who needs to lose 25 pounds. It worked for Matt Hayes, who wanted to lose 40. It worked for Hacker, who's lost more than 120 pounds. And it's worked for Amber, who's well over 100. That's why I believe in it. Whatever your scale number is, call the number that will work for you. 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Once again, that number is 844-346-1800, or you can reach them online at awaken180weightloss.com.
The Florida Forum welcomes world-renowned chef and humanitarian Jose Andres at the Center for Performing Arts March 31st. His impact spans the globe as founder of World Central Kitchen, Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient, and global leader using food as a force for change. All proceeds for the Florida Forum benefit the Women's Board of Wilson Children's Hospital, supporting a new outdoor play area for behavioral health services. Get your tickets now at thefloridaforum.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
Well, the golden moment, Tony, is at least for Jaguars today. The sun is shining on the Players' Championship early on for the folks out here in Ponte Vedra. They always put on a spectacular show every single year. 1010XL's product is going to be picking up and moving over to Mr. Chubby's in Ponte Vedra. So if you want to stop by and see any of the shows in person, thanks to Lee, who just popped his head in the tent. He goes, I heard you guys say stop by. That's exactly right. I'm not saying it for my health, Lee. I'm saying it for yours. Get your steps in and come see us at Trucks on 10, where Tony and I will hold court for another 15, 20 minutes or so. We'll be back out again tomorrow. McManus. This is the first time McManus will be on with us live at the Players. I don't think so.
No, he was out with us at
the
17,
Benefactors. Yeah, 17. Yeah, but if it's not 17, Tommy doesn't like to show up. You know, that was a great spot, man. We've been to a lot of good locales around here. I don't know if you're ever going to top 50 feet above the 17th tee box, looking straight down on the island hole.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was pretty spectacular. All right, let's get to today's question of the day and get the reaction. I kind of think Tony and I probably share a similar reaction. Come join the party, Chris Rodriguez, and let's see where your skills take you over the course of the summer. Nothing's going to be handed to him. I don't think he's walks in as a starter because he's making more money than these other guys. These other guys aren't making anything because they're on rookie deals. De'Ami Brown's $10 million didn't protect his playing time one bit when it turned out that the signing probably was folly, wasn't very good. So if Chris Rodriguez can play, his play now it starts. He and Bajal Tootin and LaQuint Allen and, hell, DJ Dallas, for that matter, Jaquin Jackson, Tony, I'll put them all on the same peg. Somebody's got to go first. I give Tootin the first rep. I might give Rodriguez the second one because I expect him to be my two primary ball carriers. After that, game on. Everybody gets a chance, and let's see who turns out the best. So we asked you today, what is your reaction to the Jags agreeing to terms with Chris Rodriguez on what's been reported to be a deal, 2 years worth, up to $12 million? You always hear the high end of it early on, right? So the up to,
we'll get the details.
What does up to mean, Tony? He's got to. What do you think? He's got to make the Pro Bowl, be a 1,000-yard rusher, lead the league in rushing, things like that, right? Let's see. From Scott. I like it. Hard runner with good average yards per carry. That's one of my favorite stats in football, right? Because, you know, and especially with a guy in Chris Rodriguez who was used at times as a short yardage back. If you don't have that many carries, some of them are short yardage, like goal line type stuff, and you still average 4.5 yards a pop.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, it's why we were all so pleasantly surprised by what they got out of ETN last year, is because the 2 years prior to that, it's where did the yards per carry go?
Fell off the table.
Right. Like, is he going to ever be able to get back to being that kind of back? Well, he kind of did, last year, and he was obviously a touchdown scorer and gave him as much as he gave him in the offense. So, yeah, that number obviously means plenty when you're looking at the backs in the league.
Let's see here. We got Noah said good value signing. Fans look for names. So, fans looking for names will be disappointed in this wave of free agency, or probably any wave this year of the name guys, likely. Cody said, nice addition for a backup running back. I like what he did at Kentucky with Cohen. Don't know that he's a backup running back here. Don't know. I mean, there's no doubt a world where he's the primary first and second down back, that Tootin comes in every third series to spell him, and that LaQuint Allen's your third down guy. There's absolutely a world like that. I'm not saying I'm predicting that. I'm just like,
we're not even saying that that's what we think the Jags want to see happen.
No. But don't think that they won't give Chris Rodriguez every opportunity to play up to what he's capable of doing. No. So if you show us you can handle, much more than expected, and he did for Liam Cohen that 1 year at Kentucky, handled a big workload. Let's see. Carl said good solid addition to a nice running back room. Good value pickup for Jackson DeVillin. You have to have a small budget. You have to make every dollar count when you're on a small budget. Let's see. Bush Drive Rich, trusting these guys to make the best decision. Picture of the trio along with Tony Khan right there. Great signing with Travis Etienne gone, said Jeffrey. Actually, he said with T.E. gone. Remember, I'm like, what is Johnny Munt being gone have anything to do with this? T.E. tight end, also Travis Etienne. As a Bajal Tootin fantasy owner, said JagFan15, not a fan. As a Jaguar fan, not sure. He gave the shrug emoji. Look, this show is focused on what the Jags can do. And all seriousness, man, if Chris Rodriguez wants to go out there, have 1,350 yards and 11 touchdowns, more power to you, bro. But if this is what's got you worried with Bajal Tootin from a fantasy standpoint, like, you could have signed a lot of different guys out there. You could have signed Kenneth Walker, Toner, or at least made an attempt. You could have brought ETN back. There are all kinds of things that would have been worse perceived-wise than Chris Rodriguez. Chris Rodriguez wasn't on many people's radar. Did you think the Jags were not going to add any back to the roster? They're going to add somebody. What if they drafted Jadarian Price? You know, this to me takes out the impact rookie running back, unless they get just a late-round steal that shocks everybody. So I wouldn't be so sure that this is a negative for Bajal Tootin's numbers at the end of the day. In the end, again, the numbers are the number to chase is 13. That's your win total from last year, right? First place in the division, 13 wins. If they win 11, if they win 10, but they're primed to make a run in the playoffs, fine, whatever. But so I'm not going to be caught up on who has the better yards per carry, other than what it leads towards the Jags, producing on Sunday in terms of wins. So most people, here's one from Eric. Honestly, I had no idea who he was before yesterday. Doing a little research, I'm satisfied, especially given his background with Cohen, albeit 4 years ago. Right? Don't think they didn't lean on that. I doubt the guy has changed in terms of work ethic, personality, all that stuff, and that short period of time. All right, we are getting ready to wrap up out here, and the broadcast day will move to Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra, but still live at the Players. More updates to come. Mike Dempsey and Tony Smith on Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we know not every injury happens on game day. Sometimes it's rolling your ankle, weekend yard work, or just playing catch with your kids. That's why we built a team of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons, experts in everything from knees and shoulders to spine and sports injuries in hand. Whether you're chasing championships or chasing your dog, we've got you. Learn more at osjax.com. That's osjax.com.
Jaguars Today Thursday, brought to you by Cannons of Jacksonville.
Tired of wrestling with your shower curtain like it's a fight for the last slice of pizza? Ditch the drama and say hello to a smooth, stylish glass shower enclosure from Baker Glass. Wago Glass is clean, elegant, and makes your bathroom look huge and brighter. Give your shower a makeover and feel like you're in a spa without the price tag. I'm Mac at Baker Glass. Call me and get ready to love your new shower. Let's make your shower great again. Remember, Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Homeowners, ready to open your home to spring and shut out high energy bills? It's 31 days of spring savings with Renewal by Anderson. Right now, buy 2 windows or doors and get the third 60% off. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. But this offer expires March 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday,
or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Create a backyard your family will love. Jack's Outdoor Solutions, an authorized dealer of Celebrity Greens, installs PGA quality artificial turf golf greens and complete outdoor spaces. From turf to custom hardscapes, landscaping, and lighting, every project is built for style, durability, and family fun. Locally owned and trusted across Northeast Florida, customers rave about their results. Check their 5-star reviews on Google. Plan your dream backyard today at jacksoutdoorsolutions.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Everything you need to know about the Jaguars today on 1010XL.
All right, Tone, just a few more reactions to the Chris Rodriguez signing from today. One from Joaquin, he said pricey. I don't feel like, I mean, I get it. You know, I wouldn't have said Chris Rodriguez is going to get nearly $12 million over 2 years, but I don't think it's with the cap at 301.5 or whatever it is. I don't think it's that big a deal. And I do think teams budget to the room sometimes. Like you got, well, what are we paying any other running back? Nothing. Paying 4th round salary, 7th round salary, DJ Dallas, veteran minimum type guy. Pay $5 million a year for the next 2 years for a competent running back that can handle, you know, who could start for you in a pinch, could start maybe more than that. And I don't know. I don't think it's that pricey, but that's me.
With the contract that ETN wound up getting, which is right at $13 million a year, so you're getting 2 years of this running back at the cost, a little bit less than the cost of 1 year of ETN. And I think it's fair to express some confidence that Bashal Tutin will be able to step into the shoes of ETN in the offense, right? So I don't know that it's fair to say that they're losing all the production they got from ETN last year in the offense. I think Tutin does fill a large percentage of that space in the Jaguars offense.
Right, his role will grow.
Right. And I think the room, you look at it now, I don't feel really, if I do feel worse about the Jaguars running back room this year compared to last year going into the season, it's minimally, right, as far as how much less regard I have for the running back room than I did a year ago.
I have hope that it can be as productive. I'm not sure. I'm really not. I mean, ETN, let's not downplay what he was able to do last year. I mean, 13 touchdowns, factor in the passing game, which Chris Rodriguez probably will not be, at least based on his early production.
Yeah.
Right. And Tutin and Allen and some of these other guys as well, all kind of pitching in. All right. So as we wrap up here, Tony, let me direct my attention to the leaderboard and see if anything crazy has gone down. Again, play continuing right now. It's you can see some clouds off in the distance, but we're going to get a little bit more golf in before things wrap up. Maverick McNeely and Tommy Fleetwood tied at the top at 4 under par right now. Finau's down at 1 under. So he tumbled down. So is Scheffler, though. And 1 under's tied for 7th right now. Had a lot of guys who haven't gone off yet. Obviously, the afternoon wave still to come. Justin Thomas had it to 3 under. He's now back to 1 under par. Max Crosby is at even. He was at 5 under at one point in time, so he kind of fell apart a little bit there as well.
Of course, jumped up and bit him.
The course, absolutely, Tony. Oh, my gosh. Front 9. He goes par, birdie, par, birdie, 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 par, par to wrap up the front 9. Comes out in the back, goes bogey, 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 double. Oof. Oof. Got him. All right, let's welcome in XL Primetime in the person of Joe Coward.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Joe C., how's the weather at Mr. Chubby's this fine morning?
Right now, it's perfect. Big screens. You can see all the players' action as we are in the corner booth. This is a nice, kind of a cozy setting for me and Matt Hayes. If you walked in with your date, you'd say, I'd like that corner booth. That's where Matt and I are at right now. But, yeah, we had to do it because you had no idea what the rain and wind is going to do.
Oh, no doubt, bro.
Yeah,
Look,
I think around 1 o'clock,
as far as venues
right?
go, that's the spot, right? If you're not going to be out on the grounds, that is the spot to be. And I told Tony that my unbiased opinion, I think Mr. Chubby's has the best wings I've tasted in Jacksonville. Flat out, period. So there you go. I'm not kidding. I love them, bro.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. And what we've seen so far on the stadium course has been good. There have been guys that have been just throwing darts. Now, I felt like, Mike, with a little bit of wind, that they might not start off as quickly as they have. We got guys that are at 4 under. At least it's come back to a little closer to par. But anyway, that wind will have an effect on the way the guys go about their work this afternoon if they are able to keep playing.
Yeah, look, it's noon and 1 under has you in a tie for 7th. So it's not like too many guys are running away. There are a couple guys right now, but we saw some guys who were at 5 under just a moment ago give it all right back as well. So it's very early, Joey. I'm sure you'll be monitoring everything happening here and seeing if the Jags get anybody else inked before James Gladstone talks to the media later on today.
Yeah, he's scheduled for what time is it? 1:45? Or maybe it might be later than that.
3:45.
Yeah, probably 3:45. And so we'll find out. But at the very least, getting a running back that the coach is familiar with, that has been productive in an NFL uniform at an affordable price. Basically, when they drafted Bashal, I think you guys have shared in this opinion. It's not like they looked at him and said, "Okay, this is not going to be yours." So you can't go out there and maybe go get somebody else to take his place. They're expecting him to step up, and now Rodriguez gets a chance to fill the role that Bashal was this past year.
I think it's a great circumstance that they've created where they showed you last year. They'll spend money, and they'll also not be committed to the money. They're committed to the performance. And, so De'Ami Brown didn't pan out. He was inactive by the end of the year, right? So Chris Rodriguez coming in, you could be anything from the number 3. You might be the starter. Your play is going to determine that. So let's go, man. Joey, have a great show out there with Primetime.
All right, fellas. Thank you.
All right, there you go. Mr. Chubby's will be the spot when you're leaving the players. Swing by, hang out. You'll have Helmets and Heels, the Frangie Show, Blue, Hacker. Everyone's going to be out at Mr. Chubby's today. Take advantage of the weather while it's good. We'll be out here again tomorrow, Tony, with Tom McManus holding court. We'll see what the first-round leaderboard looks like at that point in time, and we'll see if the Jags do anything else. I don't anticipate it, but I didn't know they were going to sign Chris Rodriguez, so let's wait and see. And we'll hear extensively tomorrow from the general manager, James Gladstone of the Jacksonville Jaguars. That does it for us today. Thanks to Jack O'Brien, Max Fink doing the updates for us. They'll continue all throughout the afternoon. For RJ Saunders back at World Headquarters, and of course, Tony Smith, I'm Mike Dempsey. More Jaguars today coming up tomorrow from 10 to noon on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010